everyone? Welcome to the Nintendo Prime Podcast, episode 81. So what's special about this episode is we are back with the green screen as expected, maybe?
Yeah,
Hopefully
maybe.
It all turns out. We actually have an entire room, literally, except the ceiling, I guess.
Yeah.
That is a green screen.
And the carpet.
This is actually the old office / studio that we used to record the podcast in, but we were really cramped in a corner. Now we have lots of space. Like I can actually reach over here and it's still on camera.
Whoa.
And so can you. And I can reach up here and we're still on camera. It's amazing.
We can do
have
workouts
space.
on camera.
Don't give them any ideas.
Yeah,
we're
you're right.
going to be doing Just Dance
that's
live
true.
streams.
Oh, God, no.
Anyways, we don't necessarily have any specific topics for this week. Again, been wrapping up a lot of the studio stuff. Plus, I just had a really long day today, and we delayed this a day as it was because I was having a really long day yesterday. So everything's just kind of compiling. So you know what? We're winging it. We haven't winged one in a long time, but why not?
Yeah.
So I know one story that you brought up on your phone that I actually wanted to touch on because I have not done an update video on it yet, and this might as well be the update. There was a person that had terminal cancer who really wanted to play Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because the diagnosis, they're already bedridden. They're probably going to die before the game comes out, is what it sounds like. This person didn't ask to play Smash Bros. Early, didn't ask for access, and a developer in the industry picked up on it and said, hey, Nintendo, let's start a grassroots campaign and get Nintendo's attention and see if they can do something about this. Long story short, the person did, as of actually the day we're recording this, get to play. I got to do a 3-hour session with the game. I got to play it with his friend, his brother, and his mom. Nintendo, obviously, were the ones that showed up with it, with the Switch that already had the E3 demo preloaded on it. So one, that's just an amazing experience for him, and I'm really glad they came through. And what was interesting when I first reported on this story is just how bad the internet can get, how much they doubted this person actually had terminal cancer, or if they did have terminal cancer, why should they get special treatment over anybody else? And all I can say is I really hope today he's like raising the middle finger up at all you guys.
Right.
I'm not even kidding. It's ridiculous.
The haters,
Like
not everybody else.
Yeah, like the people that doubted this, the
Yeah.
people that think it's unfair or were jealous for some reason. Dude, you're going to get to play
Guy's
Smash.
got terminal cancer.
Barring some unforeseen accident, you're going to be around in December to play the full game. The guy got to play the E3 demo. We played the E3 demo. It's a great demo. It's fantastic. It's not the full game. He didn't get to go into whatever that mystery mode is. He didn't get to do really any of the modes. He got to do basic Smash Bros. Good for him. And I'm really glad he got to do it. And he got a 3-hour session with it, which is longer than I think any other media outlets even had with that demo. But it's something that disheartens me a lot when I see the way that people react to this, the way they think, well, my kid has cancer. Shouldn't he get to play Smash Bros. Early? And it's like, one, why are you bringing your kid and cancer into this?
Yeah.
Like, how selfish are you? And two, is your kid terminal? No? Okay, it's a different story. Your kid can still live. Could. Might not, but could. Terminal is different. You're done. You don't come back from that. You can delay it maybe a little bit, but you're done. And he chose, not to delay it, which, again, people criticize him for. Like, whoa, why? You could have got to play Smash if you would have did the treatments to delay, give yourself an extra 3-4 months.
But at the same point in time, if he knows he's
Well, not only does he know that
done.
he's done, it doesn't matter. All he's doing is buying himself a few months at most. Have any of you guys been through cancer treatments?
No, I've seen it. That takes a lot.
My grandfather went through it, and it was rough watching on him. And yes, he's older. This kid's only 21, so maybe it doesn't appear as rough. But if you guys think it's easy, go ahead and why don't you go on Twitter and at Greg Miller. You guys might know him from Kinda Funny, and ask him what it's like to go through cancer treatments. And that was with him knowing that he could beat this thing, and he ended up beating it. Now imagine that you're going through all that pain, knowing that it doesn't matter, you're going to die anyways. So imagine that, you can buy yourself a few months, but all you're doing is giving yourself 6 months of complete misery. Instead of, you're miserable anyways, but at least you don't have the additional pain of radiation and all that other crap going through, chemotherapy.
Right.
Like, you can actually maybe sort of pretend to hold conversations with people and not be bawling your eyes out from pain. pure pain. You might from emotions, but yeah. So that's the thing. That's why I'm like, it's actually kind of brave what he did. He decided. I'm not saying that if you decide to fight for as long as you can, that you're wrong. It's just more so in a decision like that. This isn't a life or death situation. It's he's dying. There's no decision to be made on saving him at this point. There's no new thing that's going to fix terminal cancer before he dies. So instead of going through all that additional pain, and his parents were obviously in full support of his choice, he's not going to make it till December. And he said he's already bedridden. That means it's getting bad, and it's getting bad quickly.
Oh, definitely.
So good on you, Nintendo, for coming through.
Definitely.
Obviously, it's a no-brainer. Nintendo has been touring the country, showing off the Smash Bros. Demo. It only makes sense to be like, if there's this internet campaign for this terminally ill patient, let him play the demo.
Right.
Like, he's not playing anything that the rest of us can't play if we don't go to these events.
Exactly.
So he's not getting any exclusive. I mean, he's getting a longer session, but he's not getting any exclusive access.
And that's the thing too. What is there to be jealous of? The kid's playing the same exact demo as if you were to be able to go to one of these things.
And he couldn't go to E3.
Yeah.
Guess what? He had cancer.
He couldn't go to anything else that they've had the demo at.
And he's bedridden, so he definitely ain't going to anything now. It just upsets me when I see people act this way, because I feel like there's times in life where we can be critical or we can question things and whatever. And I understand that, if in the end, if this ended up faking, the guy faked it.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously, like, if that comes out, that's terrible. But when it comes to a situation like this, it's one of those that it's always best to just assume. I know I hate assuming, but in this situation, just assume the person's being honest, because we're talking about one of the most terrible things.
Oh, definitely.
Imaginable happening to someone. I realize there have been situations where people lied in the past, but we shouldn't just jump to that conclusion. This is something Nintendo can confirm beforehand if they want to. I know there's doctor-patient confidentiality, but it's not that hard.
I'm sure the kid will waive it if he's actually telling the truth.
Yeah. And the kid's been telling the truth, and he's been open about what's going on with his treatments on Twitter for this whole time. And here's the thing. This person has publicly been talking about cancer for like a decade and has beaten it 3 other times. So why now would it be, let me take advantage of it now so I can get early copy? Right. Why wouldn't he have done that sooner?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't he do that for the Wii U one? Why now? Because now he's actually going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, and this is the key point in this, he never asked for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just for the terminal cancer. He didn't ask to play the game.
Hope he didn't ask for terminal cancer.
All he did is tweet out that it sucks getting hyped for a game that he knows he's not going to get to play. That was it. There was nothing. There was nothing like, him being like, Nintendo, please do this for me, other people did it on his behalf. So if there was ever someone not to doubt, it would be the person who's not even asking for it. It's people who are associated with him or people who found out about it doing it for him.
Right.
So I'm just really happy that he got to. Chris Taylor, man, if you're watching this podcast, if you saw the video, I know I tweeted it at you. I'm very, very happy that you got to play this game.
Oh, definitely.
As I said back when I covered this story, I mean, if I had known about you back at E3, I would have forfeited my ticket, and I would have let you fly out and play the game if you were able to. Because I'm going to get to play it in December. If I don't get to play it at E3, what's the big deal? But, man, I can't imagine the struggle you're going through, but I'm glad that on this day, Nintendo was able to make your life just a little bit brighter for a few hours. And that's really what it's all about, folks, is what we got to remember with video games is there's escape for some people. Like tonight, after I'm done with the podcast, I'm going to live stream and let out some frustrations I have with my real life and a video game and stuff like that. But like video games can be a lot of things for a lot of people. But when you're in a situation where you're facing one of the worst things you could possibly face in this world, any amount of joy that you could still get out of the time you have left should be allotted, even if it's a video game. I think one of the weirdest comments I saw, there was someone saying, why should you care about a game? Shouldn't you be spending as much time as you can with family? One, he did it with his family.
Yeah.
So it was a family thing anyways.
Yep.
And two, who are you to tell someone how to get joy out of their life? You don't think that he hasn't been with his family?
Exactly.
This entire time he's been battling cancer? Like the same thing every single day, the same disappointed faces or even smiling faces every single day. Like what this did is made him feel like he's himself again for a brief moment in time where he got to be excited and play a game that nobody else gets to play and got to do it for a few hours. Like he got to live out a dream in kind of a way, getting to play this pre-release stuff. And I mean, awesome. I hope it comes to find out he got to play even more than that. It'd be sweet if we found out that Nintendo let him in on other maybe things. Ubisoft came along and let him play Starlink if you wanted or something.
Yeah.
He talked about how he's also kind of excited for Devil May Cry. Well, maybe the people behind that will come out and let him play that as well. It's just there's a lot of emotions that go through my mind when I hear stories about this because I have family members that have been through stuff. I've been fortunate enough that none of my close family members have died from terminal cancer or cancer of any kind yet.
Not my case. Mine's I've had a lot of
I've been fortunate.
At least go through cancer. Some have passed away. Yeah. Some have actually beat it.
Yeah, that's why I said I have been very fortunate. Knock on wood.
I would honestly not be surprised if that is actually what I pass away from.
Based on your family history, I'd say there's a more than likely chance, yeah. And that sucks. But hopefully we don't have to worry about that for many, many years.
Right.
Exactly. 40, 50 years down the road at that point, you've lived a full life. It sucks.
Right. No, definitely.
But at least you got to live a full life. So to Chris Taylor, I'm glad you got to play it. To all the people that doubted it, hated on it, just go look at the photos he put up on Twitter. We'll have a link down to his Twitter down below. And check it out because it's very heartwarming to see him getting the joy, like seeing the smile on his face. Made it all worthwhile to me. And I don't know if our campaign helped at all. Don't really care. I didn't do it to get attention to myself.
Right.
It was about doing anything I possibly could to help him out. I even offered at the end of that video to buy him a game if he wanted, because I think that's the least I can do. Help him try to enjoy parts of his life that that he's doesn't have much time left to enjoy since he can't get out of bed. He can still play a video game. Yeah. Lucky his hands still work. So
yeah.
All right. Sad story, but good story. All right. So besides Chris, the good old Chris Taylor, there's a certain Smash leak going on out there, and I want to talk about it. But by the time you hear this, maybe it's been debunked. Maybe things have been revealed and it's been official. There's been a few Smash leaks. The one that I was working on a video for dealt with a screenshot. There was a screenshot showing Ken from Street Fighter with some other characters that are already in the game on the Splatoon thing. And that character model apparently has never appeared in any other Street Fighter before, and is different enough from Ryu to not be something like, someone just reskinned Ryu or something to Ken. So a lot of speculation is that this could be an Echo Fighter based on Ryu who's in Smash, and that's fine. I think that probably makes a lot of sense in that case. And Ken's one of the most well-known fighters from Street Fighter. And other things that lend credence to this being real is, oddly enough, the clipping of his foot. So wait, what? On the Splatoon 2 stage, people noticed that all the footage of the Splatoon, or it's just the Splatoon stage, everyone noticed all of the footage of the Splatoon stage. Every character, every time they go on a little incline on there, the foot technically clips through the incline.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact that this person's foot also clips through the incline is consistent with the rest. Now, again,
not saying you can't.
The things that give away that it might be fake. It appears to be a cell phone picture off screen, slightly tilted. So there's that, which usually indicates someone's just faking it and they just put a filter up and blah 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 to make it seem real. But it's also one of those. Well, if it's at a private event, that's what someone sneaking a screenshot's going to look like.
Yeah, right.
Because they're doing it super quick. They're pretending to check their phone, or they're not even supposed to have their phone on them, and they just kind of bring it up in their coat, click, and put it down. That's what it's going to look like. I mean, it's going to look shady because they're doing something shady.
You mean kind of like my footage for FIFA?
Yeah. Then again, you wouldn't have gotten in trouble. It would have been the person who let you.
Yeah.
But anyways,
still,
because you could just be like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You said I could, and he works here, so how was that a doubt?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's besides the point.
Right.
It's very interesting to see this thing develop the way it has. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's likely that Ken's going to be in. I think it makes sense, especially since Bandai Namco is working on the game. Street Fighter people, Obviously, getting another Street Fighter character in would probably be something that's likely, but I find myself not really caring.
Right.
Because it's an Echo Fighter, and I like Echo Fighters, but they're Echo Fighters. They're just basically reskins of another fighter. They have their unique aspects and stuff like that, but it's just, I don't know. It's not something that really matters to me. I'm not a big Street Fighter guy, I guess, is one thing. So that's one reason why it doesn't excite me. Now, if we're talking about Waluigi,
all the way.
But we're not talking about. We're talking about a character that I just don't really care that much about. If anything, it could make me sad because it means one of the remaining character slots is being taken up by another Echo Fighter. But we also saw a leak from, I think, Coral Magazine. That showed a little image of one page of their Smash article, and in that image it confirmed that there's going to be 108 stages. Now, this is probably legit because these magazine leaks actually happen quite frequently from Japan, like all the time. So
that is crazy.
So 108 stages is what it looks like there's going to be. It didn't reveal all the stages in it. It just said 108. That's a lot of stages.
That is a lot of stages.
Holy crap. That's way more than I expected. Then again, maybe it's not, because after they showed all those numbers about, this is how many were in the entire Smash Bros. Series. This is how much is in Ultimate.
Yeah, there's that.
It's like, should I really be surprised that there's like 108 stages? And some people suggested somewhere in there I mentioned that there are 3 new fighters, but I didn't see it myself. Now, it's in Japanese, so I did the best I could, but I didn't notice anywhere where it mentioned 3 new fighters. So I think maybe people are just jumping the gun on that. And I don't know why. And here's the thing. Why would they unveil 3 new fighters through Core Magazine when fighter reveals are such a big deal?
Right.
So I just think maybe if they did say anything about new character reveals, they're just talking about, prior reveals of characters rather than new ones that have yet to happen.
Or, even Echo characters I could maybe see being revealed
even Echo
this
characters
way.
Have been unveiled. Like, there hasn't been a character not unveiled in the major way yet.
Yeah.
For this game.
No, I get you. But I could see that more than an actual full-blown character.
Like, I could see if they're having like a Street Fighter event and all of a sudden at the end they mention Ken's and Smash. Like, okay, but that's an event.
Right.
That's not a magazine.
Right.
I don't know.
And that's the magazine paid some good chunk of change to reveal that.
It would have to be a massive chunk of change. So yeah, I just think it's interesting. I don't really have anything else to say other than that's just the news. It happened. It was a thing. I mean, we've talked in the past about the characters that we hope make the cut. Most of them, Banjo-Kazooie, are probably not going to make the cut.
Stop reminding me.
But should I tell you about the rumor that has Banjo-Kazooie in the cut?
Oh, God. Yes, please.
It's not legit. Yeah. Apparently, the Prima guide is leaked to someone for Smash Bros. And there's 10 new fighters coming out that haven't released, and one of them's Banjo-Kazooie. It's like, no.
Nice.
Let me tell you, the Prima guide wouldn't even be done yet. You want to know why the Prima guide wouldn't be done yet? Because the game's not done yet, guys.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something as a guide writer. When the game goes gold, that's when the guides start to get written. The game hasn't gone gold yet, so the guide's not going to be written yet because it's not complete. I'm just telling you. The person who writes that Prima guide is going to get the game not the same month because it comes out December 16th. They're probably going to get it around... Well, it comes out December 6th. They're probably going to get it sometime in November. And they're going to have to power through it.
End of October.
Yeah, maybe. At most, but it's probably sometime in November because the game will probably go gold like end of October, beginning of November. That's when the guy is going to get it, and he's going to be put under a time crunch to have like 3 weeks to print to get it done. Mm-hmm. That's what happens. Now, for us people that run like websites or something like that, usually we're under a week pressure to get it done if we get a review copy. But places that partners with like Prima get about a month or so. So, I think it's that's why I think that leaks was fake. There's no way that they're even working on it yet. There isn't a build of the game available to even begin working on a guide. And Nintendo would not, Sakurai especially, would not be sending out that build to other people.
They could be writing down characters that are already revealed.
Well,
stuff like that. But that's not gonna do a whole lot. No, it'll at least save you from typing up the whole.
I'm just telling you, my experience as a guide writer and my know-how from people that I know have written guides for places like Prima in the past. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
that leak is completely fake. If that leak ends up being real, it's luck. The guy got purely lucky at guessing 10 characters.
Hey, why not? Hey,
Ken's on that list, and now Ken might be leaked, so that's legit, right?
Hey, the Red Sox banner fell off a truck, so it is possible that you get lucky every once in a while.
Anyways, so we talked about the kid. We talked about Smash. I think at this point, Eric will probably look up some other stuff here just to briefly mention. Oh, you want to talk about that? You can if you want.
It's an interesting.
Do you know anything about that series?
Not really, but
so he's looking at a story about how Diablo has an animated series coming to Netflix, kind of like how Castlevania did as well. The Castlevania one's very good. I highly suggest you watch it if you haven't seen it. Even if you don't like Castlevania, it doesn't matter. It's a standalone series. It's really awesome. So it's probably going to be cool. I don't know enough about Diablo. Like, I've played Diablo 1 and 2, and I'll probably play 3 on Switch. But like, I just like imagining that as an animated series really confuses me. Doesn't really feel like the game that I would put as an RPG kind of strategy style. I don't know, but whatever, they'll make it work. There is story, there is story, and just like the Castlevania one, it's going to be its own thing because this is the way you make video game movies and stuff. Make them their own things. Yeah, they're just based on the characters in the world, but have it be its own unique story that doesn't have to call directly back to the games. Because why? Don't force things that weren't built to be told in that way.
If it happens to fall in line with something,
well, sure, there could be references,
but
cameos. Like you can do some things, but. Well, what they did, like the fact that Netflix did that with Castlevania actually makes me mad. That when Nintendo contacted them about doing a series for Zelda, that fell through because
I think I remember something like that.
Oh yeah, so basically it was a rumor, but the rumor came from somebody at Netflix. So basically, it was Nintendo and Netflix had talked about nothing in stone or paid for or locked down about doing a live action Zelda series on Netflix, and obviously that didn't go through. But whatever the pitch was, but it's still like, man, look what they did with Castlevania. If they nail it with Diablo, I'm sorry. I know those are animated series, but I don't care. This is Netflix. Pretty much everything they touch turns into gold.
Definitely.
Even the shows I don't like, they seem to have a massive audience. So the people who like those shows really like those shows.
Well, that's the thing. Netflix has a huge.
Well, they have a wide array of shows, and they're like HBO, but on drugs. I love almost every show HBO makes, but like Netflix is making like 10 of those a month because they happen also. I wonder how big Netflix is now compared to everything else.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I know they're not touching Disney yet. It's going to take a long time to touch Disney, but
considering Disney owns what, Fox, ABC, freaking everything,
ESPN.
Because ABC owned ESPN.
Yeah, so like they own but that's the thing. Are they putting out things even faster than Disney is on the whole? Like Netflix puts out a lot of stuff. You almost don't even people originally got Netflix so they could watch movies and then TV shows and stuff like that and binge watch. And then they started doing original content. The original content ended up being just as good as the premium channels, and it's cheaper, and you get a crap load of it.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't mean that I don't subscribe to some premium channels because there are some things. I don't want to say there's some things that they'll do in those shows that they won't do on a Netflix show, but you're more likely to get these kind of things in an HBO, like example, Game of Thrones. There hasn't been anything to that level yet on Netflix. The closest thing was probably Marco Polo, but notice Marco Polo, they pulled the plug after 2 seasons because it was too expensive of a show compared to the viewership. And Netflix runs into that issue all the time. Thankfully, Game of Thrones is popular enough that it's actually going to finish. Yeah. But as an example, Rome, when they did the show Rome, amazing show. But they couldn't ever really finish it off because it was so expensive and it didn't have a big enough viewer. 2.2 million. That's a lot of people. Not enough for how much the show cost, apparently.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's an interesting conundrum that this is why there's still a point to those premium ones because they will take risks like that because the thing is they have a subscription audience, so they already have the money to make it. So does Netflix. But Netflix makes so many shows that if one's not making the cut, they'll just get rid of it. Whereas you kind of get usually a little bit longer run on the premium shows. Like even Rome went for 3 seasons, something like that. Before they finally, they couldn't wrap it up. They never really finished the Cleopatra stuff off. And they found a way to end it that kind of made sense, but it's still like me as a history buff knows there's a hell of a lot more.
Well,
and they never got to explore.
Rome lasted pretty well.
They went because the first season of it started before Caesar was killed. Kind of going over like a lot of shows do when you cover that period. You go over from right before he became the dictator for life thing, and then was killed by the Senate. But then like there's a whole bunch of stuff after that led to Rome splitting, and then having the two factions, the two sides of Rome staying together for a while, and then how that collapsed. What Anthony did with Cleopatra and how that might have been detrimental overall to the Roman Empire. Lots of stuff. But anyways, I'm just a big history buff. I can talk about that stuff all the time. I'm a little rusty on my Roman history, to be fair, because I haven't actually read about it in a long time, but lots of stuff. Let me see. What I kind of want to talk about maybe. I
don't know. I can run off of Game of Thrones.
What about it?
Well, Game of Thrones, Telltale. Telltale Games.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We'll pull this through.
Oh, no. This is actually a really bad... this makes me upset.
Telltale confirms majority studio closure in a statement released.
Oh, man.
Statement, today Telltale Games made the difficult decision to begin a majority studio closure following a year marked by insurmountable challenges. A majority of the company's employees were dismissed earlier this morning, with a small group of 25 employees staying on full-time to fulfill the company's obligations to its board and partners. CEO Pete Hawley issued the following statement. It has been an incredibly difficult year for Telltale as we worked to set the company on a new course. Unfortunately, we ran out of time trying to get there. We released some of our best content this year and received tremendous amounts of positive feedback, but ultimately that did not translate to sales. With a heavy heart, we watched our friends leave today to spread our brand of storytelling across the game industry. Telltale will issue further comments regarding this product portfolio in the coming weeks. Or its product.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, any studio closure sucks, but like I didn't see that coming for Telltale. They just finished off The Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. They finally finished that off, and people were waiting for the end of that forever. They finally got that finished off on Switch. We just got the Telltale Walking Dead Batman series last year, and we had more. We still have more. There's the Game of Thrones and more of the Walking Dead stuff still coming out at this point to Switch as well. And that's probably why they still have like the 25 remaining people. Like there's still some projects that are basically wrapped, and they're just waiting to get her out to kind of because they have obligations and stuff they got to finish off. Yep. But I mean, Telltale. The one thing I always saw, because Telltale got really big with The Walking Dead, and what they did with that series and their form of storytelling. Mm-hmm. The only thing I think is I think they just grew too fast, too quickly.
Too big, too fast.
Yeah, too big, too quickly. Like, look at all the games they were starting to work on. Like, how do you go from like an indie studio that can barely get out The Walking Dead to all of a sudden you have these major IPs, Game of Thrones and Batman, and that's just two of them. What else do they got? The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wolf Among Us. I think. Minecraft story mode.
Yeah,
looks like Tales from the Borderlands.
Jeez.
A ton of Walking Dead games.
Yeah, ton of Walking Dead.
Apparently Back to the Future game.
Yeah,
more Minecraft story. Batman's Jurassic Park the game. Tales of Monkey Island. Yeah, looks like a whole ton of games. 7 Days to Die. I wonder if that's actually them.
Yeah, so,
I think so.
They did a lot of things. I'm just actually curious if they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Yeah. Telltale Publishing.
Yeah. So
consoles. They were consoles.
Yeah. So they just did a lot. They grew too fast, too quickly, and then they never were able to really recover. And I think they thought because they had all these major IPs, I think what happened is they got so big with The Walking Dead, they're like, this kind of storytelling, because it's a heavy story game, can work in a lot of other games, which it can. Like Game of Thrones made a lot of sense to do it. But I think what happened is either people got stale of the style or they just didn't enjoy the direction of the stories. Mm-hmm. Because there's been a lot of, like, I think the Batman one's fantastic. Mm-hmm. But I'll admit, the little bit I played of the Game of Thrones one, I'm like, man, the problem with Game of Thrones is you're working with established books and an established show. Mm-hmm. And you're following them both a little bit, but trying to do your own thing a little bit, and it's not as good. And if it's not as good, people are going to be like,
Yeah,
we really care about these characters.
Yeah.
You got to do it right. And like, I'm not saying that it's a bad game, but I think that game is probably the one that I first remember, the first Telltale game I played where I'm like, you know what? I don't know if this formula works as well as they think it does for everything. And obviously we don't have the financials and we don't know the situation. And obviously all the employees finding out, at once that like, hey, you're gone. This doesn't mean they didn't get severance package or anything. We don't know.
Well, and it also depends on, I mean, I do feel bad for them either way losing their jobs, but it also depends on how they found out too. Did they know it was coming and were at least given a little bit of warning so they could look for new jobs? Or like
when THQ went under, everything was able to be bought by other companies. Now we have THQ Nordic that's bought up a lot of the THQ IPs, including the THQ name, obviously. Why they combined it with Nordic. But Telltale's weird because they worked with a lot of licensed stuff. So like, I don't know if anyone can really buy that from them. Because it was always Telltale's The Walking Dead. Okay, but The Walking Dead isn't owned by you. It's a license. So like someone might be able to buy the rights for the games that were already made, potentially, maybe. Or maybe those rights just default to the people who own The Walking Dead, AMC or whoever it is. But it's interesting to me to see what's going to happen with the games they already have, what's going to happen with the games that they're still releasing, and what's going to happen in the industry. Because, they let go of a lot of employees and they talked about, spreading their storytelling ways. Are we going to start seeing that storytelling way make its way into other? Maybe are some of these employees going to get together and make a new indie studio? And I think that's maybe what happened. If they would have just stayed as a small studio and just did one project at a time, like completed Walking Dead when they wanted to way back when, before doing Batman, before doing anything else. I don't know. I always feel bad when this stuff happens, especially to a developer I have a lot of respect for. This isn't like isn't like EA or something going under where people are like, aha, it's about time.
Yeah, right.
It's like, but that company and those shady practices are exactly why they're in no threat at all of going under. If Telltale had done more shady practices, they might not be in threat of going under either, or not having. They're already gone under. They're just not officially done yet, but they will be as soon as they wrap up their current obligations. So
right.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever played a Telltale game?
No, I haven't.
Okay. But you're missing out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a surprise. You're missing out on a lot of things, but Telltale, man.
Anytime you see development studio close, it sucks.
It does. And I feel for them. Like, I've lost my job several times before. It's not fun. Especially when especially if they didn't know it was coming. That's the big thing. Did they know there was the rumblings there? Because a lot of the employees, they don't worry about the financial side. They don't know how bad it really is. The worst part for me was right before Aiden was born. I lost my job, literally 5 days before he was born. And what sucked is my health insurance was through that job. So my health insurance ended when I lost my job. So it's like, I have no health insurance. How am I paying for this kid to even be here, let alone paying for anything else? Yeah, I have one more check coming. Woo. And that sucked too, because that was even worse because it was technically my dad's company, but he wasn't CEO, he was CTO, and they didn't tell him that I was being let go. Yeah, so it was like my dad couldn't even warn me. And that my dad actually got really mad about that he's like, really? At the position I am, you couldn't tell me to warn my son who's about to have a child, and he's about to have a child? Right. Like, I'm not using that as an excuse not as an excuse to keep him on, but but it's just like, you can't warn him so you can get health insurance set up at least, and at least figure out what's next, or get applied for unemployment in time to start getting his checks when his son is here. Right, exactly. Stuff like that. And that sucks, and that's why I hope this wasn't sudden for them, because you don't know how many situations like that might be there. Not even just with kids, with anything. Maybe they have a big mortgage payment due. Maybe someone just bought a car. Yeah, right. And all of a sudden, you have one more check, goodbye. Yeah. What? I mean, hopefully they pick up another job quick, but you don't know how long it could take. Right. No. We know from applying for jobs, it could take forever before you finally get a job. Right. And even if you're in an industry that has a lot of jobs, guess what? There's a zillion and one programming jobs out there. It takes several interviews and several different applications before you usually get taken anywhere. It's a bit easier when you have experience, but even then, you're one of a zillion other people that have experience trying to get that same position. I don't know if there's more jobs than there are people for it, or more people, I don't know, but it's tough. And I hope that, like my situation, that doesn't, and that was even worse, because really, Dad? No warning on
Yeah,
I'm,
right,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even know they didn't even include me on the meeting. And what sucked when I lost that job as well is it probably is for these guys. It wasn't my fault. There was nothing I could have did that would have kept my job the entire time I worked there.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with me. It had to do with misspending at the top.
Go figure.
Yeah. so like that's what sucked as well. But there's nothing I could have did to keep my job.
Yeah.
And that's probably the same way a lot of these employees feel like, what could have I done differently? Probably nothing.
No.
The mistakes were probably made above your head. Taking on too many projects, not budgeting correctly, not giving enough time, growing too fast, too big of a team, over promising, under delivering, stuff like that. All those are decisions that usually are way above the people
making games that are probably decent games, but don't hit with the audiences that they're intended for.
So I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I actually am very curious what you guys think about Telltale and the closing of that studio down in the comments, because it's a very interesting tale, as it is, on the history of that company and what got them to their heights, and ultimately their apparent sudden fall, because it still felt like they were just cruising along. It's what it felt like, as I'm just saying, as a consumer. But maybe those that paid a lot more closer attention knew maybe there was something up. Like, I pay really close attention to Nintendo, so I know when I should worry if Nintendo's going under. I don't have to worry that Nintendo's going under.
Yeah, right.
Oh, were you worried during the Wii U era? No, they had $9 billion in the bank. I really wasn't worried that Nintendo was going under.
Yeah.
They're so financially set for a long time. I probably won't have to worry about that in my lifetime. But
yeah. Not unless they really decide to go hog wild and spend crazily.
Sure.
But even then, I mean, even by then, you should be able to start seeing, what is Nintendo doing, to blow through that much cash that quickly? I mean, you would know that something was going on.
Okay.
I would assume. If all of a sudden Nintendo just starts buying up dev studios, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, what?
What do you got for me? What's next?
I don't know. This one?
I don't know what to say.
New Pokemon for Let's Go could have leaked via network traffic of Pokemon Go.
That's an interesting way for something to leak.
Yeah.
What Pokemon was it?
I don't know. It's
how do you pronounce that? New Kecleon, I guess?
Yeah, I guess so.
It hasn't been confirmed yet.
Kecleon?
Yeah.
It almost kind of looks like a
Kecleon. And like, someone's going to chat. I'm like, I'm sorry. There's 700 plus Pokemon.
Yeah,
I don't know them all.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Brand new Pokemon appears to have leaked for the forthcoming Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go.
Oh, you know what that could be? Literally a brand new Pokemon.
Yeah, you can see the Pokemon below, and he is of strange designs, that's for sure. Pokemon hasn't been confirmed yet by a Pokemon company, but it's surely a matter of time before it's all revealed.
So what you're saying is there might be more than 151 Pokemon in the new game. That's what it sounds like to me, does it not?
Yes.
But here's the thing. If it's only a few and they're completely brand new, I think that's okay. Because one thing about Pokemon, as it's gone along here, there's numerous things that made me kind of stop playing. But one big thing was obviously the rate they were adding new Pokemon every generation. Mm-hmm. And I get it. Generation 1 added 151. Mm-hmm. So, well, shouldn't you expect 150 every generation? I get it.
Yeah, right.
But back then, at least,
Pokemon
every
grew
time,
too big too quickly.
when one Pokemon was added to the roster, it felt like an event. Mm-hmm. It was massive.
All of a sudden, Mew appeared, and you're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, like, wait, there's more than 150. There's 151.
Yeah, right.
And like, it was one of those things where when you just start throwing more on, it's like, oh, so it really wasn't that big a deal that I completed the Pokedex last time. Oh, it really wasn't a big deal. Oh, and I thought it was such a big deal for one new Pokemon. Where look, there's hundreds and hundreds of more. It really wasn't a big deal. Oh, like if it's 151, but then they added like 2 or 3 like brand new ones in, I'm okay with that. I think that's you know what? That's okay. Mm-hmm. That is one. It gives people a reason to play. Who this could be the real reason. This might make people mad. The people who want to avoid this game but want to have a complete Pokedex can't avoid it because there's Pokemon exclusive to this game.
Yeah, right. Fantastic.
Watch them be super hard to get to.
Yeah, right. Only appears once every other Thursday at like 10 p.m.
in the middle of the sea.
Yeah.
And in this one spot that's not marked by anything.
Right. Right.
Oh man. So Yeah, I mean, if that's the reason they're adding them, I think it's kind of funny.
That'd be hilarious.
I think it's hilarious, but it's also kind of like greedy a little bit, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think it's funny, but funny for reasons that have nothing to do with the game, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, kind of cool. Did you see that they announced that Fortnite bundle?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool box.
It's a really cool box. I wish it was a custom Switch like they did for Smash. But whatever. It's a third-party game. Whatever.
I'm surprised they. I'm surprised they didn't put anything on the
You know what I wish. This is never going to happen. But I wish when they did these bundles, they would just make it a physical copy.
Yeah. Right.
I know that there isn't a physical copy of Fortnite on Switch, but why not?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have to update it a zillion times anyways, but just for collector's purposes.
Yeah.
Why not? You know how much that would sell out if?
Yeah, but that's the problem.
It's probably going to sell it anyways. That bundle to me exists for the holidays.
Yeah.
Parents are going to buy that for their kids that they allow to play Fortnite. Again, I don't think you should let your kids play Fortnite, but you know what? You're a parent. You decide for yourself.
Right.
So if your kid is going to play Fortnite, well, screw it. Let the addiction grow and let them play it anywhere. Anywhere they have an online connection, of course.
Why not?
But yeah, I think that bundle's going to do brilliantly. I think Fortnite.
Oh, it's
I don't know what the numbers are because
crazy.
I think the last numbers we heard officially were the 2 million in the first like week or whatever that it was out on Switch.
Yeah.
But and I think they just put out that in August they had a record of 78.5 million people play.
Did they come out just before E3?
Fortnite's been out for a while.
Yeah.
But the game on Switch came out the day of E3.
Right. That's what I was saying for Switch. Sorry.
So my thing is, I'm actually curious how many more millions of people are playing Fortnite on Switch. It's free. That's the big thing is it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's playing it and it's free. So how many people on Switch are playing it? Enough for them to consider, you know what, we should make a bundle out of this. There's been a lot of Fortnite commercials for Switch out there. And I'm just like, you know what? I think this thing is actually selling Switches. I think we finally found a multi-platform free-to-play game, mind you, that's selling Switches.
Right.
That's what that tells me. When you see a bundle after the game's already been out for months, it's like it's moving units, isn't it,
sure.
Nintendo?
That's
holy crud, it's moving units. Maybe that's how the sales have stayed consistent without new releases. It's Fortnite, baby.
Yeah. Right.
Warframe's coming out soon too. Well, can't wait for that. Free to play. Yeah. Eric, of course, doesn't play Fortnite, even though it's free.
Yeah,
no excuses.
Oh, there's plenty of excuses.
We should.
I got an excuse the size of my arm, But
yeah, you know what I need to do? I need to get you into it a little bit, and then we need to actually do a stream where we both play. Yeah, because we can squad up. We can do duos.
Yeah.
In fact, if I get that second capture card,
hey,
we can both be on screen and watch us both suck.
Oh no, it's suck again.
Oh, no, I'm looking at the screen. I'm trying to read the text, but I'm distracted by our dual stream.
Nope.
Oh, I'm dead. I got your back. You got mine.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, no.
Oh, the Golden Joystick Awards are now open.
Voting for the Golden Joystick Awards.
Go over the awards.
Huh? Go over
the nominations. What do we got?
Oh, good Lord. There's a lot of.
Yep. There's a lot of them. This is how we end the podcast. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
That works.
I haven't done the Golden Joystick nominations forever.
Golden Joystick nominations.
What's up for best story? Well, just do the ones that. Oh, there's the Nintendo something in there. All right.
Best storytelling: Forgotten Annie, God of War, Gorga. Sure. Marvel Spider-Man, Octopath Traveler, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, Reigns, Her Majesty, The Banner Saga 3, Unavowed, and Yakuza 6, The Song of Life.
For best visual design, we got man, who do you think's gonna win out of that first one? I think it's gonna be Spider-Man probably.
But storytelling? I don't know how.
It's only a 15. It's only a 15-hour game. It's a lot of storytelling.
Yeah. I don't know. Octopath might hopefully win.
I know. I want to say Octopath, but I don't think it's going to win over God of War and Spider-Man.
True. Yeah.
In pretty much any category that I don't think Nintendo's going to win for that. Okay, best visual design. They got Tuchel, Dead Cells, Dragon Ball Fighters, Far Lone Sails, Frostpunk, God of War, Garoga, Monster Hunter World, Subnautica, and We Happy Few.
Interesting.
Yeah. Nothing Nintendo. Well, Dragon Ball Fighters is going to be on Switch.
Yes,
but
it is.
Dead Cells is on Switch too.
Yep.
So far, God of War is in every category. Best audio. Look, God of War.
Oh, Halo 3.
Could God of War be sweeping the whole awards?
Best audio: Far Cry 5, Forza Horizon 4, God of War, Jurassic World Evolution, Just Shapes and Beats.
Yes,
nice. Life is Strange 2, Monster Hunter World.
Sea of Thieves music's really good.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Okay.
And Subnautica.
Haven't played Shadow of the Tomb Raider yet, but Sea of Thieves music is so good.
Yeah.
It's probably the best part of the game, to be honest. Just getting on your ship and sailing around and listening to the music. It's so good. Best indie game, Celeste. Oh, dude, this is crazy. Celeste and Dead Cells in the same year. I forgot about that. Go Into the Breach, Just Shapes and Beats, Laser League, Minute, Opus Magnum, Owlboy, SteamWorld Dig 2. All of those are awesome. You guys should own every single one.
Isn't Octopath an indie?
No, it's made by Square.
Okay. That would be why it's not in there.
Nope. It's not an indie game.
There you go. Best competitive game, Arena of Valor, Call of Duty, World War II, Dragon Ball FighterZ, FIFA 19, Fortnite Battle Royale, Forza Horizon 4.
Oh, Mario Tennis Aces.
Yes, Laser League, Mario Tennis Aces, PES 2019, and Paladins.
It's obviously Aces. Obviously. If it's not Fortnite, then...
it could be Paladins.
No, Fortnite's way bigger than Paladins. If Fortnite does... Fortnite's the ultimate multiplayer game. If it doesn't win. I mean, I'm not saying that those games are bad. It's just... Come on. Best cooperative game, A Way Out. Ooh, I really want to play that one.
Yeah.
Far Cry 5, Firewall, Zero Hour, Monster Hunter World, No Man's Sky Next, Overcooked 2, yes.
Nice.
Sea of Thieves again, State of Decay 2. Sea of Thieves up for 2 awards, wow. Unravel 2 and Warhammer Vermintide 2.
Nice. Still playing. Not quite sure what
so
that
they have
means,
a category of still playing games from the past year, maybe?
Yeah. All right.
Wait, no, these are games that are like Overwatch came out a while. Okay, anyways.
Still playing. Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Hearthstone, Overwatch, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Pokemon Go, Rainbow Six Siege, Warframe, World of Tanks, and World of Warcraft.
So all multiplayer games, but I'm still playing Breath of the Wild. Why isn't that on the list?
Yeah, right?
Come on. It doesn't have to be just multiplayer games. Pokemon Go, baby.
Yeah.
Esports game of the year.
How is the first one a sport? I get the esports. I know it's different technically, but
okay. Somehow he's complaining that Call of Duty World War II is an esport when Call of Duty's been an esport for like 20 years.
I get hung up on the word sport.
If you actually look at the definition of sport, it does fit.
Yeah, I know.
They just had to put the E in front of it so people don't get confused.
Yeah.
Anyways. And it's the first game that threw you off, not all the rest.
No,
I
only read the first one.
Oh,
so
I was gonna be like, Call of Duty is one of a leading esport for decades. Anyways, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, man, Counter-Strike's still going on. Man, CS:GO baby. All right, Dota 2, Dragon Ball FighterZ, FIFA 18, League of Legends, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Rocket League, Street Fighter 5. You're like, where's Fortnite? Fortnite's technically not an esport because anyone can play. It's not teams of people that do competitions that I'm aware of. Yeah, I think there is Fortnite tournaments though.
Yeah,
pretty sure there is Fortnite tournaments, but
won't surprise me. Let's see. We got best VR game: Doom VFR, Firewall 0 Hour. Actually, if I remember correctly, that game looked amazing.
Yeah.
Flotilla 2. Nog, Moss, Sprint Vector, The Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim's
got to be on everything.
The Persistence, the Transference, and Wipeout Omega Collection.
Can't wait for Switch Pro with a new version of Skyrim.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's an ongoing joke. Skyrim's
Skyrim's on everything.
And as Tim Schafer said, you're complaining about how many times we release Skyrim? Stop buying it and we'll stop releasing it. Right? That's literally what he said. It's like, we're going to keep putting it out if people keep buying it. Anyway, Studio of the Year. We got Blue Point Games, Capcom, Epic Games, Insomniac, Motion Twin, Rare.
Whoa. What?
Because of Sea of Thieves. It's because of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Sony Santa Monica, Stoic Studios, Subset Games, and Unknown Worlds. I think what's always interesting about these awards is like most of the major games haven't come out yet.
Yeah, right.
So it's like
a
little soon.
How do we know if
like at least the Game Awards is in December when almost everything's been out. Anyways,
mobile game of the year: Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, Donut County,
yes,
Florence, Fortnite, Nog. Gorgon, yeah, whatever the heck that one is. Million Onion Hotel.
Yes,
that sounds like an amazing game. PUBG Mobile, Pokemon Quest, and Reigns Her Majesty.
Woohoo! Nintendo Game of the Year.
Go.
Okay, interesting. Well, I think did it. I just think this is a weird list.
Kinda. Actually, no, let it
like there's indie games in here that aren't made by Nintendo. Anyways, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I think it's just games that come out on the platform. But didn't the Blob 2? Specific, I think the Blob 2 came out on more than Switch though.
I don't know, possibly.
Anyways,
sure.
So Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, a Wii U port. The Blob 2, Detective Pikachu, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, a Wii U port. Hollow Knight, Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Labo, Autobot Traveler, and WarioWare Gold, a port.
It's definitely Labo. Definitely Labo. Definitely.
Clearly.
PlayStation Game of the Year. We got Detroit Become Human, Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age.
It's coming to Switch.
Nice. Firewall Zero Hour, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Moss, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, Shadow of the Colossus, freaking great game. The Persistence and Yakuza 6. Yakuza 6 again. Song of Life.
I know they got a lot of interesting names on Sony side of thing. PC Game of the Year. We got BattleTech, Frostpunk, Into the Breach, Kingdom Come Deliverance. That game should be a lot better than it really is, but can't help it. It's still it's something about I like games that take place in that time period. Anyways, Opus Magnum, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, Subnautica. Surviving Mars, 2 Point Hospital, Warhammer, Vermintide.
Yeah, buddy. Xbox Game of the Year, Forza Horizon 4, Hellblade.
Wait, there's enough games on Xbox to have an Xbox Game of the Year?
I guess so.
Like Nier Automata, that's on the list that was on Sony last year?
Yeah. Anyways. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Nier Automata, No Man's Sky Next, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, and Warhammer.
I think that's the award that Sea of Thieves just wins by default of being like the biggest Microsoft published game that's actually on the list.
That's definitely a possibility.
Anyways,
and the last
most category. Wanted game. This is where the excitement comes out. Anthem, Battlefield 5, Control, Cyberpunk 2077, Death Stranding, Doom Eternal, Dreams with Radar Mandel.
Yes.
Ghost of Tsushima, Kingdom Hearts 3, Metro Exodus, Ooblets, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Actually, they just said Smash Bros. Ultimate, but it's Super Smash Bros. The Last of Us Part 2. And I'm adding it to the list. Let's go, Pikachu. Let's go, Eevee. Yeah. Didn't make the list.
No, it didn't.
Nor did Super Mario Party.
Come on,
man. Starling Battle for Atlas didn't make the list.
Yeah, wait, what? Come on.
At least, even if you're like a Star Fox fan, that should make the list alone on that.
Right? Well, you can go vote for that.
Yep. I think it's a public vote. We'll put a link down in the description for the Golden Joystick Awards. I think I voted like 5 of the last 8 years or something when I remember to do it. And now that I remember it because we're talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah, why not?
It wouldn't have happened otherwise if I had topics. So see, sometimes there is a point to do randomness.
Right?
Oh, man. All right, I think that's gonna do it for our episode 81 of the Nintendo Prime Podcast. I honestly don't know how long we've been recording for. You want to know why I don't know how long we've been recording for? We're in a new studio. Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay. So we're not gonna end the podcast.
No, we haven't quite yet.
All right.
Because I'm pretty sure we haven't quite hit an hour.
Wisconsin, goodbye.
No, we haven't quite hit an hour. I know we haven't.
Yeah.
So. I glanced at my time. I'm like, I think we're 10 minutes short.
Probably pretty close.
So. We're in a new studio, as I mentioned. All this is all painted up. This is actually the old studio, just revamped to actually be just for this, basically, for the podcast. Technically, there's a lot of green screen, and I could do some other green screen work in here. Yeah. I just don't have any other shows right now that do green screen work. And so, as I keep mentioning every time I bring that up, hey, if you have an idea for a show I can use a green screen for, let me know. I'm willing to always take your ideas and make money with them. I know some people that. Anyways, we'll go down that road.
Right.
I like the new setup. Hopefully, the green screen keyed out really, really well. Martin, I really hope that you're pleased with the lighting of this show. This is probably, even if it's not perfect, might be the best lighting we've ever had. At least based on what I was able to see before I came in here.
Right.
So for those who don't know, we're in the room recording. We got our camera, got our lights, got our mics and everything. We can't actually see the computer we're recording on. For all we know, we're talking to ourselves and no one else.
Hey, why not?
We don't know if the recording stopped. We don't know if I know my computer didn't crash because the webcam is technically on. It's got a light.
Yeah, I see that part. Yeah, but I know that much.
I know that much. I know it's running.
Yes.
Or at least it's on.
It
could have froze.
It's got power. Yeah.
I don't honestly know. That's the only scary part about this is now I can't monitor it. Yes, I could eventually set something up in a way for me to be able to monitor it, but I honestly don't care. I'm just being honest. I honestly don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I don't have 17 computers to care. I literally try to run everything I do here off of one computer. I even move my live streams off the laptop. I haven't been doing live streams over by the TV because I can only stream in 720p. And to me, unacceptable. My laptop can't push out 1080p streams. Sucks. It's fine when you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like when we're at E3, don't have a choice. That's fine. You're on the road. That's what that laptop's supposed to be for. Of course, you're not going to be as good as you would be at home because you're on the road. But when I'm at home and I have the ability to stream at much higher than I almost can pull off 4K on my computer. It just can't quite get the bitrate going quick enough. And it's not because I don't have the internet. The network card on my motherboard can't deliver the bits fast enough to my internet to allow me to stream in 4K. So it's actually a limitation of my hardware. But it's just when I know I can do better, I'm going to do better. And now that I have the wall-mounted TV installed in there, I've been doing all my live streams from right in the spot I do my other streams from, which is what I used to do, which I don't like because it takes away some of the uniqueness of the setup I was doing. But we'll get back to it eventually. Because I'm trying to raise enough money, obviously through money I actually just make in general, from other jobs and my YouTube stuff, and obviously from super chats and donations and live streams. So the more so the donations and the super chats, because that goes into a different pool of money, to buy equipment. I almost pulled the trigger on something that I'm glad I didn't. But I almost pulled the trigger on a new motherboard, a new processor, because that would just that alone would actually make editing my videos much quicker. Because right now there's times that I hit render and then I just walk away for like an hour. Yeah. Because I can't do anything else on my computer because it's locked up because I don't have enough cores for any cores to be free for me to even start work on scripting or looking up stuff on the computer. And I can't do anything on YouTube. My computer's locked. Sometimes it crashes. That sucks. Yeah. So there's that. So I thought about just doing that just to fix those issues. And then I'd be sitting there with my i7 6700K on my motherboard and being like, what should I do with this? Obviously build a new compuder and make that my streaming computer obviously, but then I got to buy another GPU. I got to buy another case. Yeah. That's not true. You can build a case out of anything. Should make okay.
Interesting.
I kind of sort of want to, there's so much cardboard in this house. I want to make a cardboard computer case. Yeah. I don't think it's safe long haul.
No, probably not.
But if I can get proper airflow in that bad boy, get some 240 millimeter fans. Yeah. Make my own H500i or whatever it is, the one that have the big fans that when you put your face behind it, it feels like you're being hit with like one of the wind tunnel fans. It's just a lot. This studio expansion has taken a lot out of me. I don't know if you guys have noticed. You probably have, because I know I've noticed my video production's been all over the place. There'll be like a day I get 3 videos out and then like a day where I get none. There'll be days I'm on camera and days I'm not. And a lot of it's based on different things that are happening, equipment that go missing, equipment that's broken. Just the set falls apart and I have to fix it. Equipment breaks, like with the mixer that broke before this, and I had to buy a new mixer, which I did not plan to do, did not have the budget for.
And so also why... And also why we're doing the podcast on Friday night.
Yeah, doing the podcast on Friday instead of Thursday. Again, could have technically done it on Thursday. I just needed a mental respite. Just like we're recording this earlier on Friday than usual, so I have time to eat and have mental respite and not feel like I'm rushed at night. I can actually enjoy my evening a little bit. Try to. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Including live streaming and killing people. Like fake digital people.
Well, yes, please. Thank you. That would definitely be preferred. If not, then I'm definitely leaving here in about right away.
It's even got liquid in it.
I know, right?
So it's even harder. All right, let's get that momentum.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, there's been a lot of work going on behind the scenes. Some of you guys have seen a lot of it and appreciate it. You've seen some of my practical effects for some news videos I've done. I haven't done enough of those yet. I'm still working on a focusing issue with the camera, with the lighting, but we're getting there. And you've obviously seen probably numerous videos in the one video game collection set. And this is the first video ever in here since this got finished. Yeah. So I don't know. There's just been a lot. I've taken on a lot. This has been like the only person who's helped me with any of it. And I appreciate all that help, of course. Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, he was the person
I don't have a wife.
He was also the person that helped paint the entire house when we moved in. So
I don't have a wife.
Nintendo Prime is your life.
Yeah, right.
So it's just, but like he was here for well the weekend when we started the door and everything, that was a lot. But after that, he was here helping with stuff, but I was here all day long doing stuff all the time, and I'm still not done. I actually had everything cleaned in there, believe it or not. Yeah. And then I had to tear apart the mixer and figure out why cords weren't working and why this. I'm like, this is brand new. Why, this better not be broken.
Yeah, right.
So like I'm ripping through things and ripping out drawers, and now I have a giant mess to pick up again after I just got done. Where I thought finally I'm at peace. The new studio's clean. We're all good. No. And part of me say, oh, organize better. You know where your cords are. You know how many cords I have?
Yeah. Maybe you need.
I need like a giant bin the size of this table that's this high just to put my cords in.
Yeah, no, I know, right?
And even then, I'll be diving in it to find everything I need.
Just get about a few of those stackers that have the drawers, and you can just put audio cords here, video cords here.
No, because the problem is, I know what you're talking about. I don't think it'll work. I've tried some of the, I have a couple. It doesn't. I think. One thing I thought about doing. Well, one thing I definitely want to get is I want to get a headphone hanger.
Yeah.
So I could just finally find a place for my headphones. I don't know if I'm going to wall mount it or mount it under my desk. I don't care where it is. Just because I have those two headphones that we use for the podcast and we use for other things in live streams that I should just not have laying around. They're too nice. I need to get them hanging up. So I don't worry about breaking those because that would make me mad too. Because he bought those. He invested. He invested in the podcast and bought those so we could have unified blue headphones. That are way more comfortable.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it helps that like the ones he was personally using were not that great. They technically still work.
Yeah, I mean they're not bad headphones. They just can't
for not long listening periods. Maybe they're meant for kids. I don't even know. And I'm sitting there with like my Sonys, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all comfy, and I'm just like, not really. Even those got uncomfortable after a while. Those were for my sister. I told her I wanted noise canceling headphones, so she got on-ear headphones.
Yeah.
Those aren't noise canceling.
Good attempt.
Thanks, sister. It's okay.
I mean, hey, they're not terrible headphones.
I know I need noise canceling headphones. I don't know if you guys have heard. There's been a lot of noise going on in this house.
No, they probably haven't heard because these microphones are actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have as much sound dampening in here anymore. Yeah, but hopefully you guys didn't hear anything. Yeah. That's the great thing about these mics. They're meant to be talked into. Yeah. So when I'm back here, it's a lot harder to hear one right here. Yeah. You can still hear me though.
Right.
And the reason I know they were picking me up because when I was out there and I was like, hey, and I was like, oh, look, there's the mic going. All right. Yeah. That's going to do it then. If you want to catch our podcast early every week, why don't you head on over to patreon.com/NintendoPrime for $5 a month. You can get the audio version early on Sundays. Most Sundays. It was Monday this last week. Usually on Sunday though, and then you get the video. The video version comes out publicly on Mondays, anyways. You can get the video version technically early on Thursdays by becoming a $10 backer, and if you become a $20 backer on Patreon, what are you given, Eric, for that? Or what opportunity do you get?
You have a chance to be on the podcast.
Oh boy! So yes, for $20 a month, you will be invited. You basically get to sign up for one episode per month that you would like to be on. We just had someone on our prior episode, Andrew. Yes. So yeah, people take advantage of it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. There are still open slots in the $20 slot if you would like to be one of those. We limit those slots so we don't just have like 30 people that want to like get on the podcast every month. It just would be hectic. Because it's very hard because we put all the audio through the one mixer. There's only so many channels. Yeah. It's already hard as it is. Yeah. We don't need to overcomplicate the audio.
I think this might be a little bit better considering that all the ports on the mixer now work. Yeah.
I mean, technically they all worked before just when they felt like it.
Yeah.
Now they just work. As an example, we're using ports 3 and 4. I didn't have to screw around with it. I just turned the volume up and they worked.
Yay!
Unlike before, it's like, it's switch between ports 1, 4, 3, 2.
Which one are we plugged into again?
Do we need to plug into one of the guitar ports on here now and maybe put audio through that? Yeah. I mean, it's not meant for voice, but we can make it work.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Lots of it. We have issues every week. This is actually the smoothest it's been.
I think so.
Thank you, new mixer.
Yeah, right.
It's smooth because I spent an hour and a half setting up the mixer.
Also, we say that and we walk out there and there's no friggin' audio.
You can also catch us on iTunes and Podbean. Links to that are all down in the description as well. Unless you're already listening on iTunes and Podbean, then there's no description. So you already found us. Yeah. Congrats. Hey. Also, what's really cool now, if you're at least a $1 backer on our Patreon, a new thing we added is that all of our patrons, regardless of what level you're at, so from $1 all the way up to, I think the highest level we have is 100 for an advertiser. Regardless of what level you're at, if you are $1 or more, you can participate in multiplayer games with me during live streams.
Hey, there you go.
That's like the only way, unless I'm somehow having a weird night where people can pay to get in. But as I always say, if they're going to pay to get in, just become a patron.
Yeah, right.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
You always do this.
What?
You always forget the one place where they can check out the podcast.
And it's
that
the
has
one place,
all of them.
And here's the thing about that one place.
Yes.
By the end of this month, we have to start updating it.
I know we do.
So it's like I really should start mentioning it.
Yes,
this place
yes,
exists.
you should. NintendoPrime.net. Yes.
I even put some news up like a week ago.
It has all of the podcasts there. Literally. Everything that we have is there.
Yes.
Yeah.
My heart and soul are hidden somewhere on the website.
Yes.
If you find it, you will win a $100 eShop gift card. It's not actually there. That's the trick. That's the trick.
That's the trick.
It's not actually there.
Oh.
Hey-oh. All right, folks. Oh, we'll catch you next week.
Peace out.
Oh.
No, not peace out.
Not peace out yet. Follow on Twitter at Nate Jantz, at Ninty Prime, and at Emo8790. Now peace out.
Now peace out.